So I've taken a bit from early on in the book, and just to set the scene, it's the story of a rebel worker bee whose rebellion is forced on her by her own body. And she's hatched right before this extract, and because of her abnormality is due for execution, but her life is saved by the intervention of the powerful Sister Sage of the ruling kin of Sage in the Hive. Now, Sister Sage has got a very particular reason for saving Flora's life and takes her on a discreet route through the hive to the top security nursery where the queen's eggs are raised. And this is a meeting that she would like to keep as secret as possible. So that's where we are at the beginning of the staged reading of The Bees, Chapter 3. The little chamber was tranquil and bare, and a beautiful soft smell filtered through the walls. The hexagonal floor tiles showed a wide tread of wear past the centre of the room, and Flora set her feet wider in case there was any information to detect.
All long gone.
Sister Sage had her back turned, but she still knew what Flora did.
And you will hold your tongue.
Then came the sound of running feet, and another bee burst into the room. By her hard, shiny bands she was a senior, but her fur was yellow, her face coarse, and her antenna blunt.
Sister Sage, we were not expecting you.
Sister Teasel, are you well?
Never doubt it. Every Teasel as strong and willing as ever. You will not find sickness in this kin. Why, has someone been found ailing?
Not at all.
A visit from a priestess of the Melisai is always an honour. But did not Sister in her wisdom order this side of the nursery closed off? Otherwise someone would surely have been stationed here to receive you.
I wish to avoid notice.
While Sister Sage gazed down the dim corridor where Sister Teasel had come, the latter took the opportunity to stare at Flora. Alarmed at this tangible disapproval, Flora attempted a clumsy curtsy. Sister Teasel rapped her hard on the closest knee.
Forward, never splayed. Such boldness. But by her wet fur she is newly hatched. I don't understand.
We were obliged to wait while a drone emerged. She saw such antics there.
A new prince. Oh, honour to our hive. Was he very handsome straight away, or does it come upon them as their fur rises? Oh, how I long to just...
Sister Teasel, how many nurses have you lost?
Since last inspection? Well, compared to other departments, why, hardly any. We're not like foragers. We keep ourselves safe from the outer world and its perils. But even our kin will sometimes suffer. 6, Sister, since last inspection. I move them on at the slightest sign of confusion or hint of ailing. We take no chances. And of course we have only the purest kin here, the most obedient. 7, Sister.
And what do you hear of other departments?
Oh, mere canteen gossip, idle tittle-tattle. I mean, nothing that I would repeat here.
But you will.
Sister Sage focused her attention on Sister Teasel, her scent flexing in the air between them. Absorbing the warning trace of its venom, Flora kept her eyes downcast.
Sister Sage, we're very fortunate in the nursery. Plenty of food, everything brought to us. We do not feel the shortages. We face no dangers. The Teasel do not complain.
Come, sister, unburden yourself.
They say that the season is deformed by rain, that the flowers shun us and fall unborn, that the foragers are dropping from the air and no one knows why. They say we will starve and the babies will die, and my little nurses are worrying so much that I fear they will forget. But not that they ever will forget, Sister Sage, not ever, for the feeding rotas are most strictly supervised, so that even if they could count, which they cannot, no errors could possibly be made, and you may kill me if it is not so.
You need not give permission.
Oh, Sister Sage, it does me such good to jest with you. Now that I have shared the burden, I'm no longer at fear.
A strong, calming scent now flowed from Sister Sage and filled the chamber.
The priestesses of the Melisai carry all fears, so that the hive is free.
Amen. But oh, for the courage of the kin of Thistle.
Why? What do they do? Too late, Flora remembered herself.
She speaks. The impudence! Sister Sage, please spare me my curiosity and tell me the reason for her being here. If it is to clean, then I shall add her to the next detail. But I hope that sanitation is not possessed of tongues, else we shall be in uproar. Obstreperous, dirty creatures.
Does Sister Teasel stand in judgment of our purpose?
No, sister, please forgive me not ever, no.
Then kindly recall that variation is not the same as deformity.
Sister graces me with her superior wisdom. Though to my ignorant eyes, those terms are one and the same. How monstrously large she is. And that fur, when it dries, will be as thick as a drone, and her shell as black as a crow. Not that I have ever seen one, thank Mother.
You are fatigued, perhaps, by your long duty. Your loyal heart wishes to serve the hive longer, but your spirit tires? Open your mouth, 717. Show Sister Teasel.
Flora obeyed. Sister Teasel peered into her mouth, and to her surprise, immediately understood Sister Sage's interest. She grasped Flora's tongue, pulled it to its full length, and then let it snap back into her mouth.
I see. It might indeed be possible. But with that tongue...
She will lose its use when it is time for her to rejoin her kin, and should it linger, I will personally wipe away any knowledge from her mind. Test her. If she does not produce anything, then send her on immediately. This experiment is a great privilege. What do you say?
Accept, obey, and serve. The words blurted unbidden from Flora's mouth.
And let us hope she will. Such ugliness.
Ashamed, Flora turned back to Sister Sage to be her shield, but the priestess had vanished.
They do that. You never know where you are with them. Always surprising you.
Through the open doorway, Flora smelled the beautiful fragrance of the nursery beyond.
If Sister Sage herself hadn't told me to do this, I'd call it sacrilege. Come on then. Let's get it over with.
She pushed Flora through the door with her foot. And that is the end of chapter 3. Thank you.